The third type of solvency ratio is the proprietary ratio. The formula to calculate the proprietary ratio is shareholders' fund divided by total asset. You can get the answer in the pure form of ratio as well as in the percentage form of ratios. A total asset, to calculate the total asset, you know that non-current asset and current asset have to be added together. Proprietary ratio, the formula is proprietor's fund, or sometimes you can use the word shareholders fund, or even you can use equity divided by total assets. In pure form, the answer may be 0.75:1 in this expression, and in percentage it may be, if you are in this formula, if you are multiplying into 100, you will get the answer in the percentage form. So this you can express proprietary ratio in pure form as well as in the percentage form. Now to calculate the proprietary ratio, the proprietor's fund, you have two methods. You can apply two methods to calculate the proprietor's fund. The first approach is liability side approach. In that, the formula to get the proprietor's fund is share capital. It may be equity or preference, whatever it is. If there are both, you have to add both the items as share capital, plus reserve and surplus. So adding these three items, you will get proprietor's fund. This approach is known as liability side approach. And you can use asset side approach also. To get the answer with the asset side approach, the formula is non-current asset plus working capital. In our previous class, we have studied what is working capital. Working capital, the formula is current asset minus current liability. So from that, you subtract non-current liability also. So to get the answer for proprietor's fund in asset approach, the formula is non-current asset plus working capital, that is current asset, minus current liability minus non-current liabilities. So you can use any of the one formula, the answer will be the same. So the selection of the formula will depend upon the items given to you in the question. So as per that, you have to move. Now let us do one problem related to proprietary ratio. Here you are given shareholders fund, non-current liabilities and current liabilities items, and the other side you are given non-current assets and current assets. So the first thing as a part of your solution is writing the formula. So proprietary ratio is equal to shareholders fund divided by total asset. So here we are doing finding out shareholders fund, which is also known as proprietor's fund, with both the approach. Okay. So as per the liability approach, what is the formula? Share capital, that is preference plus equity plus reserves and surplus. So just see in this question, you can see here shareholders fund, equity share capital, preference share capital plus reserves and surplus. Adding all these three items, you will get 1,75,000. That is your shareholders fund. So through liability side approach, you have to add these three items. You are given equity share capital as well as preference share capital, and then reserves and surplus. So adding all these items, all these three items, you will get shareholders fund 1,75,000. Okay, this is your liability side approach. Asset side approach, what you have to do is add all the non-current asset and current asset. Then subtract it with current liability and non-current liability. So you will get the answer for the asset side approach. So that is what done over here. fixed asset, which is a non-current asset, that is, they have added working capital. So what is working capital? Working capital means items of current asset. Current asset is 2,50,000. From current asset, subtract the items of current liability, that is 15,000, and again subtract the items of non-current liability. You can see that explanation of working capital is given to you. So doing that, you will get 1,10,000, and they have subtracted the non-current liability also, that is debentures of 60,000 over here. So very simple way. Both the approaches are too simple. The thing is, just remember the formula. Asset side approach is equal to non-current asset plus current asset minus current liability minus non-current liability. The same thing, that is working capital formula. So doing this, you will get the answer. You can check out that both the formula is giving you the same result. So 1,75,000 you will write over here. And what is total asset? Combination of both non-current asset and current asset. The total of this is 2,50,000. It is already given to you. So putting that into this formula, simplifying it, you will get 0.7:1. So interest coverage ratio, the formula is net profit before interest and tax divided by interest on long-term debt. So the expression in which you get the answer is in times. The answer for interest coverage ratio is expressed in the form of times. Now let us do one problem related to interest coverage ratio. So from the following details obtained from the financial statements of GE Limited, calculate interest coverage ratio. You are given net profit after tax, that is 1,20,000, 12% long-term debt, that is 20 lakhs, tax rate, that is 40%. As a part of solution, the first thing is write the formula. So you are required to calculate interest coverage ratio. Its formula is net profit before interest and tax divided by interest on long-term debt. Next step is calculation of interest on long-term debt. So see, you are provided with long-term debt. Okay, long-term debt may be debentures or bank loan. So you are given that long-term debt is 20 lakh. So you are supposed to calculate here interest on long-term debt. See, the rate of interest is given in front of you, that is 12%. This 12% represent the interest rate. So on 20 lakh, calculate 12%, you will get interest on long-term debt. So just check out here, interest on long-term debt is equal to 12% of 20 lakh. So this is your 20 lakh. And 12% of that will give you 2,40,000 that you have to write over here. So this, the bottommost part of your answer of formula, that is amount you have received, that is interest on long-term debt. Next is calculation of net profit before interest and tax. Here you have to move with your some algebraic method you have to use. See, calculation of net profit before interest and tax. So you are given in the question with net profit after tax. What is that? 1,20,000, and tax rate is 40%. So let see here, net profit after tax is 1,20,000. Let us assume that net profit before tax is 100. Okay, so the profit before paying the tax, how much it is? 100. We have assumed it. So tax rate is given to you as 40. So tax is 40. So your profit is 100. Your tax you are paying is 40. So what is the profit left after paying the tax? It's 60 rupees. Is it clear? See, that net profit before you pay the tax is 100. Your tax rate is 40. So after paying the tax, what is the net profit left? It's 60. That is 100 minus 40, 60. So now just look here in this formula. Net profit before tax minus tax will give you net profit after tax. So 100 is the assumed net profit. Out of that you have paid 40 rupees as a tax. So you will get net profit after tax as 60. Now let us put it in an equation like net profit before tax you received as 100. At that time net profit after tax is 60. Okay. Net profit before tax you have assumed at 100. So after paying 40 rupees as tax, you got net profit after tax 60. So if you are given in the question, it is given in the question that net profit after tax is 1,20,000. So can't we calculate the net profit before tax by cross multiplying? So that is what you have to do here. After cross multiplying the net profit before tax, this amount, this question mark, you will get as rupees 2 lakh. So you calculate it, after cross multiply you got the answer as 2 lakh. So what is that? Net profit before tax. Net profit before tax. But if you notice the formula, it is net profit before interest and tax. So you already got net profit before tax. Now what have to be included? Interest also have to be included. You have already calculated interest also. What is the interest on long-term debt? It is 2,40,000. So adding 2 lakh of net profit before tax and 2,40,000 of interest on long-term debt, adding that together you will get net profit before interest and tax, that is 4,40,000. Substituting this amount here and simplifying this amount, what answer you will get is 1.83 times. Okay, so this is how you have to solve the problem related to interest coverage ratio. It is time to conclude today's session.